everyone, it's Lick Friday 288 and this week's lick is kind of, I use it as a hybrid kind of picking lick, but it's got a bit of a country element to it, kind of southern bluesy rocky if you want to call it that, over itchy nose. Yeah, you know, you can sort of like draw from it whatever you want. It's one of those nice little licks, but here is that lick. So the backing track itself is available to you guys at the end of this video. It's the shortened version of it, and if you want the full version then you can visit the link in that description below or on the pinned comment, which you will find. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the bell button, subscribe and all that, because it really does help move this channel along and it's very much appreciated as well. Yeah, that's kind of like all that stuff out of the way. Patreon page, website. I forgot about the website. It's got a tab on it, which you're going to need because it's quite tricky in places. And there's a lovely little slide which you need to sort of like kind of hold back on, really control it. And it's the part of the lick that makes the lick, in my honest opinion. So you're going to need that tab, which is at dansguitar.com, which is up there, linked up there and down below. So what am I using? Well, it's my 335, which I absolutely love this guitar, and I'm going into my Blackstar HT Club 40. It is the deluxe version, and I think the only difference really is that it's got Celestion Type A speaker in it, as far as I know. That's what they said when I bought it, and they said it works or reacts differently to the valves, or better with the valves. I'm not really sure why or how, I don't know too much. Maybe someone could tell me why. But it sounds great. It's a great amp, and I recommend if you do want a nice killer sort of 40 watt valve amp. There you go. Anyway, so how can you tackle this? Well, the hybrid picking is kind of the main part of the lick. It's what I use a lot, and it brings out these pops within the playing, so the poppiness and all the, if I just give you all of that, you know, you get a nice pop on the string. So hybrid picking, for those that are unsure, is where you're using your plectrum and your fingers on your right hand. And it's one of those kind of techniques where if you get it, it works so well, and it's kind of like an economy way of picking, because it reduces the amount of movement from your right hand. So you can get some really cool sounding licks, very swift, very quick sounding licks using hybrid picking. But it's not just the speed of it, which is the benefit of hybrid picking. It is basically just that kind of accenting notes, the smoothness of playing that it creates as well. So there's a lot of benefit as far as that kind of picking style is concerned, but it does take some work to get it up to a standard where you can just easily throw it in. So maybe with this lick you can try it both ways. Use hybrid picking. If you don't get on with that, then go to the kind of standard picking style which you would normally play anyway. So I'll leave that up to you though, and make sure you kind of discover your own way of playing it, because it's important to play how you play, not how I play, if that makes any sense. Right, so yeah, remember that backing track coming up. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and please hit that bell button because it really does help push this along. And now let's get on with the breakdown. Right, yeah, so you start with, I'll turn the gain down just for the demo. You're starting with this slide, so it's in D minor basically to start off with, sorry. But and we're using the pentatonic and the blues scale, and that's pretty much it for this. So we'll start with the slide from the 12th fret or thereabouts into the 14th, third string, and then you go on to the 13th fret of that second string. So with a bit of vibrato. Then this is the part where you're going to have to really hold back on the slide. So sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, but most of the time I do, hopefully. So where you're actually kind of just dragging yourself across the frets, my God, and creating kind of like that sort of sound or thereabouts. So you're actually going from the 14th fret again, 3rd string, sliding it through to the 13, sliding it through to the 12, and then pulling off to the 10. So, and then it's the 12th fret on that D string to the 10th fret on the G. So then you've got a full tone bend with vibrato. Make that vibrato quite aggressive at the top and quite sort of quick in many ways. Slowish bend, but make that vibrato really work at the end. So then you've got a little run down onto the 10th fret on that 1st string, through to the 13th second, pulling off to the 10 on that 2nd, and then it's 12 on the 3rd. And then you've got my standard sort of thing that comes in like that. So it's one of my licks that I enjoy. So that's 10 on the 2nd, 10 on the 3rd with a slight blues curl, and then the 12 on the 4th. Then this is where the blues scale comes into it. So hopefully you can see when I use my hybrid picking. I'll indicate it on the tab anyway, but for the purpose of this video I won't go too much into the hybrid thing because it's just time. So we've got a pick, hammer, hammer, and that's 10, 12, 13 on the 3rd string, and now I'm using my finger to pick that 10th fret on the 2nd string, and then you're coming back the opposite way. So that's 13, 12, pull off, and then pull off to the 10 on that 3rd string. So ended up with a 3rd finger. Reason for that is I'm going across to the 12th fret again using my finger, back to the 12th fret on the 4th string. So, and then you slide in from the 12th fret up to the 15 on that 4th string, to the 14 on the 3rd, back to the 15 on the 4th, and then you've got 12 on the 3rd, sliding down to the 10, and then it's 12, 10 on the 4th string. So that's a, and that's the next part. So after you've done that 10 on the 3rd string, you've got 12, 10 on the 4th, 12 on the 5th, 10 on the 4th, 12 on the 4th, sliding up to the 15, and then whilst you're holding that, pick the 14 and try and add a nice little bit of slurry vibrato at the end of it. So that little section would be okay. I will tell you where I'm putting the hybrid picking in. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? So you're starting off with that one, and that's going to be after you've done that lick. I'm 13th fret 2nd string is where I'm using my finger to really hook it. And that's it for that part. Now on that lick, I pick everything apart from when I'm using my my finger comes in basically on that 10th fret of that 2nd string. So that's the pull off, back to that, and then you're using your finger. Because you really want that note to pop before it's kind of like a ping pong sound. And you just pop it out using that finger to pull the note. So that's where I'm using it on there. Then I've got, so I'm using it again on the 10th fret 2nd string. And then I'm using it for that little flippy back thing, which is the 12th fret on the 3rd string. And then when I go into that, I'm sliding up with the plectrum, and then using my middle finger to hook that 14th fret on that 3rd string. So then I'm using it for the 12th fret on the same string. And then again on the 10th fret. And then and on that next part, where we've got 12 pull off to the 10 on the 4th string. Yeah, I'm using it for the 10 on that 4th string as well. I had to think about that then. Sliding up to the 15 using your plectrum, and then hybrid picking that 14th fret on that 3rd string. It really does make a difference, and it just, I don't know, sometimes that fleshiness in contrast, sorry, that fleshiness, you couldn't see it, I was off camera, in contrast to the plectrum itself, it's really important to make some of these sounds work well. So obviously practice it and get used to it. I know I've done a few hybrid licks, but you know, these all kind of amalgamate into one, so that's all good. Now there you go, so there you are. If you want that jamming track, which is coming up shortly, and if you want the full version, you can click on that link which shoots you across to the Patreon page. It's on the $5 tier system, and there's a whole load of jamming tracks on there now, so you're not gonna sort of be waiting for the next one. You've got loads there, an album's worth of jamming tracks plus. So they cover different styles as well, but there you go. All pro quality, all really good quality tracks, and you can just play and play and play, all downloadable, so you get to keep them as well. $5 tier system, remember that. Now, if the tab once more is on my website, dansguitar.com, and yeah, just sort of take this lick in your own way. Take it slow, keep it even, and you're not going to go wrong. Now, if you are interested in downloading that tab, then that website which I mentioned, dansguitar.com, has got it on. But also, there's loads of other stuff on there as well. So loads of sort of like guitar resources, blank tab paper, and all sorts of bits and bobs that you'll find. So there we go. Enough rabble. Let's see you next week after this jamming track coming up now. Nice!